Welcome to Marketing Monday. Hi, I'm Nick Vacco, CEO and founder of DetailKing.com, and today we are going to talk about what the mobile detailer should do once he or she gets to their first appointment, or actually any appointment. So, let's say you booked an appointment over the phone, okay, for a mobile detailer. And maybe it was basically just a Chevy pickup truck. Just a car, or just a truck, or just an SUV. So obviously you're going to pull up into the customer's driveway, you're going to knock at their door, you're going to bring them out, and you're going to talk to them about the services you explained to them over the phone. And then as a good salesperson and good entrepreneur, you should always upsell and cross-sell your customers some services. And we'll talk more about upselling and cross-selling next Marketing Monday, okay? But today, it's going to be what you actually do in that neighborhood and how you approach the neighbors, okay? So, all right, you've basically talked to the customer, you've went through the customer interview, you've settled on the services and the price. So now before you get started, what you want to do is go to the neighbor across the street. You're going to want to put a sandwich sign at the end of the driveway so people passing the driveway, passing the residence, will see something very basic with your logo, mobile auto detailing, and your phone number, okay? So, because you're not going to be able to hit all the neighbors up. But what I do want you to do is go to the neighbor directly across the street. Maybe there's no cars in the driveway. You have no idea if they're even home, but you don't know that. Okay, you could have an opportunity that you're missing if you don't knock at that door. There could be a nice Dodge Viper inside that garage. That could be your next detail. So I would go to the house across the street. I would also go to the house to the left of the home that you're at. Who knows? There could be a Corvette waiting for you to detail. And then what I would do, I would go to the house on the left side. So you got the house covered in the front, across the street, you got a house covered to the left, and then you got the house covered to the right. So you're actually going to talk to 3 new prospects. You never know. A third prospect could have the one and only Batmobile. So be aggressive. Go and knock at the other doors. Now here's what you're going to want to do, obviously. You're going to want to go to these people's homes and introduce yourself. Knock at their door, ring their doorbell. Make sure you have a business card. Make sure you also have a service menu with you, because if you can actually get them to answer the door and you're going to introduce yourself while you're there, you may want to go over the services that you're going to offer too. You can use this as a point of reference just so you're not picking a price out of the sky. The goal is to introduce yourself, tell them who you are, why you're there. Hey, I'm across the street at Joe Smith's house. I'm going to detail his Chevy pickup today. I do have a couple other openings today if you're interested in getting your vehicle detailed. Okay, well, yeah, I've always been thinking of doing that, maybe the customer says to you. The goal is to have them pull their vehicle out of their garage onto the driveway and then get them off their porch stoop, so you can walk around the vehicle and go over the services that you can provide. Now, if the car is already in the driveway, you've already walked around the vehicle, so you're already strategizing what to talk to the customer about. Maybe their wheels are horrible. Maybe there's tar all over the car, or paint overspray, or dirt droppings, or bird droppings. You take a peek inside the vehicle, you see it's really dirty and trashed. So you're already forming your strategy. This whole call could take 10 or 15 minutes, but it's well worth it. Okay, because maybe that's your next appointment, or maybe that's your next appointment for the next available day that you have open. But unfortunately, what a lot of mobile detail owners and operators do, they go to the appointment, sell the job, and then they leave and go to the next appointment if they have one. Okay, no one really gets aggressive with marketing their services in that neighborhood. And that's really what you need to do. So you always, when you do schedule that appointment, always schedule some extra time, okay, when you get there. Let's say if you've anticipated you probably have a 3-hour detail to do on the initial appointment, but schedule an extra 15, 20, 25 minutes to talk to the neighbors, to get them motivated to think about purchasing your services. And if you do it right, you could be possibly in that neighborhood all week long. Because keep in mind, you got a lot of wasted time as a mobile detailer. You got to drive to the appointment. You got to unload your equipment, unload your supplies, meet and greet the customer, do the walk around with the customer, try to upsell and cross-sell other services. That whole process alone takes an hour. And then you got to leave. Okay, you can have another half-hour drive to your point of origin or to your next appointment. So you got to use that time wisely. That extra hour that you have of downtime, okay, make up for it when you go to the customer's house or even their business too, because there's other businesses typically that would be there. And you got to knock on those doors and you got to introduce yourself and let them know who you are. So let's say you go to the neighbors, okay, and you should be doing this, and there's nobody home. They don't answer, okay. I would definitely leave a door hanger, okay, and the door hanger would obviously have your contact information, your logo, and then I would also put some entry-level services on the back so they see that you're not necessarily advertising your $350 full detail, but you're advertising some of your other entry-level services. And then once they call you or once you get to that appointment, then you can do your upselling and your cross-selling. But it's crucial that you learn to do this because there's a lot of money in auto detailing, but you got to think out of the box, okay? You got to make sure that you allow extra time to be able to do this. Put the sign out front. The sign out front may even have a QR code on it that as somebody's passing the driveway, if they know how to use their phone and capture the QR code, that QR code could take them right to your website. But it's definitely worth doing. There's a lot of money to be made in this business, but you got to think out of the box and you got to be aggressive. That wraps up today's video. I appreciate you joining us today. Next week's Marketing Monday, we will discuss how to upsell and cross-sell your auto detailing services, which is critical to do because you always want to increase your bottom line. Whether you're a mobile detailer or have a physical location, we're going to teach you how to upsell and cross-sell your services. Remember, DetailKing.com changes lives, and you could be next.